Coming up next, it is Seneca East versus Ottawa Hills. This is going to be a battle for all the mental marbles. Only one team can leave victorious. Who's it going to be? Only one way to find out. BGSU's Brain Game starts right now. And welcome to BGSU Brain Game, Seneca East versus Ottawa Hills. Let's meet our teams. Going to start with Seneca East. Tell us who you are.
My name is Owen. I'm a senior. To my left is Jack. He's also a senior. And to my right is Bryce. He is also a senior. Our coach's name is Steve Heel.
All right, welcome to Seneca East. Ottawa Hills, tell us who you are.
I am Thomas Franklin, and I'm a junior. To my left is Alex Mian. He's a junior. And to my right is Ali Sadiq, and he's a sophomore. Our coach is Anthony Torrio.
All right, welcome to both Seneca East and Ottawa Hills. We're going to start things off in our toss-up round. There are 10 questions in this round. They're worth 10 points apiece. No deduction for an incorrect answer. So be a little bit looser on those buzzers. Have some fun in this round. You can steal a question in this round, and you can confer before buzzing in and not after. Seneca East, Ottawa Hills, are we ready? Toss-up round starts right now. In Sanskrit, this word translates to abode of the snow. Name this mountain range that separates the Indo-Gangetic Plain from the Tibetan Plateau, and that is the home. That would be Ottawa Hills. Ali?
The Himalayan Mountains.
Himalayan Mountains is correct. Built near the French Fort Duquesne, this fort was the site of defeat for George Washington. That would be Ottawa Hills. Thomas?
Fort Necessity.
Correct. More than half of the volume of human blood consists of this liquid. That will be Ottawa Hills. Alex?
Plasma.
Plasma is what we're looking for there, yes. The United States Constitution specifically lists the process by which new states may be admitted to the Union. What group has the power to admit new states to the Union? Seneca East, Bryce?
Congress.
Congress is correct. This 5-syllable plural adjective is used in the government to describe any legislative acts that authorize the U.S. Treasury Department to pay money for designated projects. Identify this term that begins with the letter A. Seneca East, Bryce?
Allocations.
We cannot accept that. No. Ottawa Hills, would you like to steal? That would be Thomas.
Allotments.
Incorrect. You guys were looking for appropriations. You might hear appropriations bill. Each year in a single acre of land, these creatures move approximately 18 tons of soil as they tunnel through the ground. That would be Ottawa Hills. Alex?
Ants.
Incorrect. Identify these. That would be Seneca East. Owen?
Worms.
Yes, earthworms. Identified the leader of the Greek army during the Trojan War, whose brother was Menelaus and whose wife was Clytemnestra. Seneca East, Jack?
Odysseus.
Incorrect. Ottawa Hills, would you like to steal? That would be Ali.
Achilles.
Incorrect. Agamemnon. Agamemnon is who we were looking for there. In September of 2015, which German automaker was slapped with hefty fines? Hang on a second. Hefty fines and required to issue recalls for vehicles. That would be Ottawa Hills. Ali?
Volkswagen.
Volkswagen, correct. On the North American continent, the Colorado Plateau Desert is the largest. Which African desert is first in land area? That would be Ottawa Hills. Ali?
The Sahara Desert.
The Sahara Desert, correct. If you suffer from glossophobia, you are not alone. Identify the dreaded fear associated with this phobia that the general public ranks above fear of death. Seneca East, Bryce?
Public speaking.
That is indeed correct. Public speaking or speaking in front of a crowd. That is all 10 questions in our toss-up round. Let's take a look at our score. We've got a pretty tight competition going on right now. Seneca East at 30 And currently in the lead is Ottawa Hills with 50 points. But stay tuned, our risk and reward round is coming up next. And welcome back to BGSU Brain Game. Seneca East 30, Ottawa Hills 50 points. Looks like we have some substitutions for Seneca East. Tell us who you are. Bryce in the center, tell us who's joined your team.
To my left is Nate, he's a sophomore, and to my right is Rainer, he's also a sophomore.
All right, welcome to you. Looks like Ottawa Hills has chosen to stay with their lineup from the last round. This is our risk and reward round. There are 9 questions in this round, worth 10 points apiece, no deduction for an incorrect answer. Both teams will have an option of a 10th risk and reward question. They can risk up to 5 points, risk 5 points up to 30 points for that risk and reward question. That question, however, comes with a deduction for an incorrect answer. That's why it's called risk and reward. All right, Ottawa Hills, since you're at 50 points, you'll be sticking around. Seneca East, you're off to isolation. All right, Ottawa Hills, are you ready for your 9 questions?
Yes, sir.
Here we go. At the age of 21, this Yale architectural student won an international competition that allowed her to design the Vietnam Memorial located in our nation's capital. Who is this female artist and land sculptor? Ali.
Maya Lin.
Maya Lin is correct. This filmmaker explorer became the first person to complete a solo dive to the lowest point in the Mariana Trench in his torpedo submarine Deep Sea Challenger in 2012. Who is he? That would be Ali.
Jacques Cousteau.
Incorrect. Had I said Avatar filmmaker as well, James Cameron is who we needed there. What military expeditions by Christians in the 11th, 12th, and 13th centuries to recover Holy Lands from invaders have also been called the Holy Wars? That would be Thomas.
Crusades.
Correct. In 1825, this man-made structure was completed, forming the first navigable water route through the Appalachian Mountains. Name this structure. Time. That was the Erie Canal. In economic terms, a period of very fast economic growth is referred to as a boom. What is the corresponding term for a period of very fast economic decline? That would be Ali.
Recession.
We cannot accept it. Boom and bust is what we were looking for there. A New Yorker by birth and a graduate of Columbia University, which founding father and statesman served as our country's first Justice of the Supreme Court? Ali.
John Jay.
Correct. When Charles Lindbergh completed the first nonstop flight across the Atlantic Ocean in 1927, in which European city did he complete his journey? That would be Alex.
Paris.
Paris, France, yes. Which unit of measurement is equal to the resistance between 2 points when a potential difference of 1 volt between them produces a current of 1 ampere? That would be Thomas.
Ohms.
Ohm, yes. This 480 BC battle resulted in the defeat of the Greeks by the Persians at a narrow coastal pass over the course of 3 days. Name this famous battle. Ali.
Battle of Thermopylae.
Correct. This is your risk and reward question. The topic is continents. Would you like to risk some of your points, or would you pass?
It's continents. 10.
We would like to risk 10.
They are risking 10 points on continents. Among the continents, which one has an average elevation of approximately 8,000 feet, making it the highest in elevation among all the continents? That would be Ali.
Asia.
Incorrect. Antarctica is what we needed. So you will lose 10 points for your risk and reward question. Let's see where we stand now. Ottawa Hills, you have a 100 points at the end of this round, and you know what it means. It's now time for you to go to isolation. All right, let's bring back in Seneca East. Welcome back, Seneca East. Are you ready for your risk and reward round? It starts right now. At the age of 21, this Yale architectural student won an international competition that allowed her to design the Vietnam Memorial located in our nation's capital. Who is this female artist and land sculptor? Time. Maya Lin is who we were looking for there. This filmmaker explorer became the first person to complete a solo dive to the lowest point in the Mariana Trench in his torpedo submarine Deep Sea Challenger in 2012. Who is he? Bryce.
James Cameron.
It is indeed James Cameron. What military expeditions by Christians in the 11th, 12th, and 13th centuries to recover Holy Lands from invaders have also been called the Holy Wars? Nate?
The Crusades.
They are indeed the Crusades. In 1825, this man-made structure was completed, forming the first navigable water route through the Appalachian Mountains. Name this structure. That would be Bryce.
Hoover Dam.
Incorrect. The Erie Canal. The Erie Canal. In economic terms, a period of very fast economic growth is referred to as a boom. What is the corresponding term for a period of very fast economic decline?
Depression.
Rayner.
Depression.
Incorrect. Bust is what we needed there. Bust. A New Yorker by birth and a graduate of Columbia University, which founding father and statesman served as our country's first justice of the Supreme Court? Bryce.
Tawny.
Excuse me?
Tawny.
Incorrect. John Jay is what we needed there. When Charles Lindbergh completed the first nonstop flight across the Atlantic Ocean in 1927, in which European city did he complete his journey? Did he get in time? Nate.
London.
Incorrect. Paris. Which unit of measurement is equal to the resistance between 2 points of a potential difference of 1 volt between them produces a current of 1 ampere? That would be Bryce.
Amp.
Incorrect. Ohm. Ohm is what we needed there. This 480 BC battle resulted in the defeat of the Greeks by the Persians at a narrow coastal pass over the course of 3 days. Name this famous battle. Nate.
The Battle of Thermopylae.
Correct. This is your risk and reward question. The topic is continents. You can risk 5 points in up to 30 points in 5-point increments. Would you like to take a risk or pass?
We'll take a risk.
They're going to take a risk. How many points would you like to risk?
15.
15 points on continents. Among the continents, which one has an average elevation of approximately 8,000 feet, making it the highest in elevation among all the continents? Bryce.
Europe.
Incorrect. Antarctica is what we needed there. So negative 15 points for Seneca East. That is the end of the risk and reward round for you. It is now time to bring back in Ottawa Hills and reveal our scores to our teams. Welcome back to Ottawa Hills. Let's reveal our scores to our teams. Ottawa Hills went for the risk and reward question, got it wrong. They only risked 10 points. They now stand at 100 points. And Seneca East also went for the risk and reward question, lost 15 on it though. They stand at 45 points. It is 45 to 100. Stay tuned. Category round coming up next. Welcome back to BGSU Brain Game. Seneca East 45, Ottawa Hills 100 points. Seneca East looks like someone has returned. Who's come back?
To my right, we have Owen.
All right, welcome back to Owen. Again, Ottawa Hills staying with their lineup from the last round. This is our category round where the power shifts to our teams a little bit. 6 categories to choose from. Questions worth 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30 points, but deductions start. You can confer before buzzing in, not after, and you can steal a question. And somewhere on the board is our double or nothing question, so keep an eye out for it. All right, Seneca East, Ottawa Hills, are you ready? Yes, sir. Category round starts right now. Seneca East, make your selection.
We'll go candy bar slogans for 10.
Candy bar slogans for 10. Melt in your mouth, not in your hands. That would be Ottawa Hills, Ali.
M&M's.
M&M's, yes, Ottawa Hills takes control.
French history for 10, please.
French history for 10 points. Please answer the questions related to French history. What machine was invented to make the that would be Ottawa Hills, Thomas.
The guillotine.
The guillotine, yes.
The paramecium 10.
Paramecium for 10 points. What pocket on the side of the paramecium collects and directs food into the mouth? That would be Seneca East. Owen.
The tongue?
Incorrect. Ottawa Hills, would you like to steal?
No.
They say no. We were looking for the oral groove. Ottawa Hills in control.
French history for 15.
French history for 15 points. On July 14th, 1789, French insurgents stormed what fortress? That will be Ottawa Hills. Ali.
The Bastille.
The Bastille is correct. In control, Ottawa Hills.
French history for 20, please.
French history now for 20 points. Which French king was executed by, that would be Ottawa Hills, Alex?
Louis the 16th.
Louis the 16th, yes, Ottawa Hills in the driver's seat.
French history for 25.
French history now for 25 points. The French painter Jacques-Louis David depicted the death of French revolutionary thinker and writer Jean-Paul Marat. What was Marat doing when he was, that would be Ottawa Hills, Ali?
Bathing.
Will we accept that? He will accept that. He was taking a bath. Ottawa Hills in control.
French history for 30, please.
French history for 30 points. Name the famous palace where the king and queen of France lived from 1682 until the French, that would be Ottawa Hills. Thomas?
Versailles.
Versailles, yes.
The paramecium 15.
The paramecium for 15. What organelle forces excess water out of the cell? That would be Ottawa Hills. Ali?
The vacuole.
We will accept that, yes. Ottawa Hills, still in the driver's seat.
Paramecium for 20, please.
Paramecium now for 20 points. Which nucleus is responsible for cell division? Time, the micronucleus. Ottawa Hills still in control.
Paramecium for 25, please.
Paramecium for 25. What tough membrane covers the paramecium like our skin covers us? Ottawa Hills, Thomas.
The cell membrane.
Incorrect. Seneca East, would you like to steal? They're saying that would be Bryce.
Mucosa.
Incorrect. The pellicle is what we needed there, the pellicle. All right, Ottawa Hills in control.
The paramecium for 30, please.
Paramecium for 30 points. Although the number of micronuclei can vary by species, all paramecia have at least how many macronuclei? Time, 1. Ottawa Hills in control.
30. Who came first for 30, please?
Who came first? Going for 30 points here. Of the 3 U.S. presidents provided, name which president came first? Arthur, Garfield, Cleveland. Seneca East, Owen.
Arthur.
Incorrect. Ottawa Hills, would you like to steal? That would be Ali.
Garfield.
Garfield is what we needed there, yes. Ottawa Hills in control.
Who came first for 25, please?
Who came first for 25 points? Coolidge, Hoover, Wilson. Ottawa Hills, Ali.
Wilson.
Correct.
Who came first for 20, please?
Who came first for 20? Monroe, Madison, Jackson. Ottawa Hills, Thomas.
Madison.
Correct. Ottawa Hills in control.
Who came first for 15, please?
Who came first for 15 points? Lincoln, Buchanan, Grant. Ottawa Hills, Ali.
Buchanan.
Correct.
Let's finish who came first, please.
Finishing who came first for 10 points? Kennedy, Carter, Nixon. Ottawa Hills, Ali.
Kennedy.
Correct. That finishes that category round. Ottawa Hills in control.
Candy bar slogans for 30, please.
Candy bar slogans for 30 points. Get the experience. That will be York Peppermint Patty. Ottawa Hills still in the driver's seat.
Candy bar slogans for 25, please.
Candy bar slogans for 25. Give me a break. That will be Seneca East. Nate.
Kit Kat bar.
Kit Kat, correct. Is it one of your favorites? No. I'm just asking. All right. Seneca East in control.
Candy bar slogans for 20.
Candy bar slogans for 20 points. You're not you when you're hungry. That would be, did they get in time? Ottawa Hills, Ali.
Snickers.
Snickers is correct.
Candy bar slogans.
Nope, that's time. You got in just under the wire there. Ottawa Hills currently in the lead with 320 points. Buckle up because our Brainstorm Round is coming up next. And welcome back to BGSU's Brain Game. Ottawa Hills currently in the lead with 320 points as we head into our final round. But Seneca East, who has rejoined your team?
Jack.
All right, welcome back to Jack. And Ottawa Hills, again, staying with their lineup. This is the Brainstorm Round. All questions in this round are worth 20 points. Negative 20 points for an incorrect answer. You may confer before buzzing in, not after. And you cannot, I repeat, you cannot steal a question in this round. Seneca East, Ottawa Hills, are you ready? Yes, sir. Brainstorm round starts right now. This novelist wrote the second best-selling novel of the 19th century, Uncle Tom's Cabin. Who was she? Ottawa Hills, Alex.
Stowe.
Stowe is correct. What was the first state to enter the Union? Ottawa Hills, Thomas.
Delaware.
Correct. At what battle did Wellington defeat Napoleon? Seneca East, Nate.
Waterloo.
Correct. Phobos and Deimos are the moons of which planet? That would be Ottawa Hills, Thomas.
Mars.
Mars. Name the public square in China that was the scene, that would be Ottawa Hills, Thomas.
Tiananmen.
Tiananmen Square of a famous 1989 protest. Name the ship that Jason sailed in the pursuit of the Golden Fleece. That would be the Argo. What is the official currency of Israel? Ottawa Hills, Thomas.
The shekel.
The shekel or the new shekel. The number of protons in the nucleus of an atom is known as what? Ottawa Hills, Ali.
The atomic number.
Correct. What is the largest island in the world? Ottawa Hills, Thomas.
Australia.
Incorrect. Greenland. Which of the Apollo flights landed on the moon? That would be Ottawa Hills, Ali.
Apollo 11.
Apollo 11 is correct. Where in the body of the Incus, the Malus, and the Stapes located? Where in the body? Where in the body? Seneca East, Bryce.
The ear.
The ear is correct. What name was given to King Arthur's sword? That would be Ottawa Hills, Ali.
Excalibur.
Correct. The four horsemen of the apocalypse are death, war, famine, and what? Ottawa Hills, Thomas.
Greed.
Incorrect. Pestilence. Pestilence. Name the longest continental mountain range in the world? Seneca East, Nate.
The Andes.
The Andes is correct. Scottish author who wrote Treasure Island. Ottawa Hills, Thomas.
Stevenson.
Robert Louis Stevenson, correct. Who killed Lee Harvey Oswald? That would be Ottawa Hills. Alex.
Ruby.
Correct. Jack Ruby. The sum of two numbers is 16, and their product is 55. What are that would be Ottawa Hills. Ali.
11 and 5.
11 and 5 is what we were looking for. Yes. End of round. Let's take a look at our score. Seneca East at 65. Ottawa Hills with 500 points. And our winner. Let's give both these teams a big round of applause. We're going to meet in the middle, shake hands in the spirit of good sportsmanship, and we're going to see you at the next BGSU Brain Game. Come on out, guys. Come on up, teams.